Hello children, good morning to one and all present here. After a long Diwali vacation, welcome back to school. So children, you must be wondering whose voice is this, isn't it? So let me introduce myself to you. I am your new science teacher and my name is Shaheen Syed and I am going to teach you Science 1 and Science 2. So, welcome to the second term children and let's start with great energy our second term. So, are you all excited to study with me? Even I am excited to teach you all. So, let's begin. Today we shall start a new lesson number 11, Reflection of Light, part 1. So, let's begin. Now, first of all, children, first let us understand what are virtual image and real image. What you can see on your screen is the plane mirror. Now, look at the screen. It is a plane mirror. Okay. Now, it has a plane and smooth reflecting surface on one side. It is called plane mirror because its reflecting surface is flat. What are the types of mirrors you have seen, children? Have you seen this type of mirror? Well, you must have seen it on the stand in your bathroom or maybe hung up on the wall. This is not a plane mirror. Try to move your hands over it and you will notice this is called a spherical mirror. More precisely, spherical concave mirror. It is curved inwards. So let's consider the plane mirror. Now children, what happens here? See, when we stand in front of the mirror, an image of ourselves in the mirror is seen. That's nothing surprising. Now why are we able to see our image? Yes, it is due to reflection of light. In fact, it is due to multiple reflection of light rays. And how it is? The light rays from the source are the first incident on our body. They bounce off our body and fall on the surface of the mirror and again gets reflected from there. This reflected light then reaches our eyes and we can see our image. So what does this tell us? It tells us that the light rays can get reflected multiple times. The same thing happens for every other non-luminous object. Now if you remember children, my initial goal was to explain what are virtual image and real images. Let me ask you a question. The image which you see here is a real image or a virtual image? It is a virtual image. In order to explain what is a virtual image, let's first simplify the image. Let's represent the boy with an arrow pointing up. And here is our plane mirror. You can assume the top arrow to be the top of the head of the boy. Now, where is the image of the boy formed? When we see the image in the mirror, it seems to us that the image is formed somewhere behind the mirror. But there is nothing behind the mirror, right? For us, the light rays seem to come from the location present behind the mirror. For instance, consider a few light rays emerging from top of the arrow. All these rays are incident on the mirror and get reflected back. Yes, all the reflected rays will follow the laws of reflection. You see that all the reflected rays are moving away from each other. They are diverging somewhere behind the mirror. So let me extend these reflected rays backwards and see what happens. We see that they meet at this point behind the mirror. And for us, this is where the top of image appears to be. When we look at this point, it appears to us that all the light rays are diverging from this point. But in reality, there are no light rays behind the mirror. This being a smooth and shiny surface reflects most of the light back and almost no light reaches behind. But yet we have the perception that the light rays are coming from the point behind. So we just consider the top of the arrow here. We can do something similar for the remaining points of the objects to get the complete image. So we say that image formed here is virtual, not real. Image which appears to be formed in a position somewhere behind the mirror. A virtual image is formed when the light rays diverge after the reflection from the mirror. Every plane mirror forms a virtual image. This is the first characteristic of the images formed by the plane mirror. Images formed by the plane mirrors are virtual and not real. Now children, we know what virtual images are. Virtual image is the image which appear to be formed behind the mirror. But in reality, it isn't formed there, as no light reaches behind the mirror. Now, an image formed by the plane mirror have some properties or characteristics. The first characteristic is that the image formed in the plane mirror is virtual. This is the first property. The image formed is virtual, not the real image. The next characteristics of the plane mirror is that the image formed is always erect or upright. For instance, if you look yourself in the mirror, you will see the image is straight or erect. And why it is so? Maybe it's inverted. Well, we can think inverted as opposite of upright. Yes, an inverted image means an upside down image. Concave mirrors can form inverted images. The plane mirror does not form an inverted image. The third characteristic of an image formed by the plane mirror is that the image of the same size as the object which is at the other side of the mirror. For example, if the height of this man is 4 feet, then the image's height will also be 4 feet. And if I bring the plane surface of the circular coin near the mirror, then both the coin and the image will have the same diameter. The image formed by the plane mirror is not upside down, but it is laterally inverted. What do I mean by this? When we raise our left hand, the image in the mirror raises right hand. Our left is the image right, and similarly our right is the image's left. So the image follows the left-right reversal. So we say that the image formed by the plane mirror is laterally inverted. Now we come to our next point. Finally, the image formed is at the same distance from the mirror as the object is. You can verify this observation by yourself. All you need a chessboard and any chess piece, say a king. Keep the plane mirror at the end of the chessboard as shown. Now look at the position of the king and the image. Are they both at the same distance from the mirror? Well, you can count the number of squares in front of each. For the objects, there are 7 squares in front, and the same for the image as well. You can move the king anywhere at the chessboard and find out its image is always at the same distance from the mirror as the king is. Now, the characteristics of images formed by plane mirrors are: the image formed by the plane mirror is virtual, not real. The image formed by the plane mirror is always erect or upright, and the image size is always equal to the object size, and the image distance is equal to the object distance. Have you understood this, children? Yes. Now look at this mirror. Is this also a plane mirror? This is the mirror as it is having a smooth reflecting surface. But this is not a plane mirror as this reflecting surface is not flat. The reflecting surface is curved and hence this mirror is called as the curved mirror. Now children, what about this one? This is also a curved mirror. The difference between the two is that the reflecting surface of this mirror is curved inwards and the reflecting surface of this mirror is curved outwards. Can you give me an example where you can see a curved mirror? Yes, children? A shiny surface of a spoon is a good approximation of curved mirror. Spoon has 2 curved surfaces. One curved inside and the other curved outside. Now the specific types of curved mirrors are called as spherical mirrors. In fact, these 2 mirrors are spherical. Well, they nothing look like a sphere. Then why are they called so? They are called spherical mirrors because their reflecting surface is a part of a sphere. You can all clearly see that the reflecting surfaces of both the mirrors form the part of the sphere. Now both these are given their special names. The mirror that has the reflecting surface curved inwards is called a concave, and the mirror that has the reflecting surface outwards is called a convex mirror. Yes, inwards concave, outwards convex. Now let's study the properties of the image formed by spherical mirrors. But before that, we need to define certain terms related to spherical mirrors. So let's do that. Now look here, children. Both the mirrors are placed like this: concave mirror on your left and convex mirror at your right. I am going to define the terms for both these mirrors: concave inwards and convex outwards. Okay? Now, the center of the reflecting surface of the mirror is called the pole. We represent it by the point P. In front view from both the mirrors, you can see that the pole is present right at the center. Now, as I told you, the reflecting surface form a section of a sphere, right? So this sphere must have certain center. This center of the sphere is called the center of curvature, denoted by C. And what will the radius be called? Yes, it's called the radius of curvature. Now join the pole and the center of the curvature with the line. This line is called as principal axis. The midpoint of the line segment joining the pole P and the center of curvature C is called the focal point, and it is denoted by the letter F. Have you understood the terms, children? Concave means inwards and outwards means convex. Now, we are assuming the radius of the curvature of the mirror to be much greater than the aperture of the mirror. Aperture in simple terms means the part of mirror which is exposed to light. In our mirror, this is the aperture. Since the light can be incident anywhere in this region, if we hide some part of the mirror by opaque substance, then its aperture is reduced. Mathematically, it is this length. So, the mirror which we are considering is one in which the aperture is much smaller than the radius of the curvature. So, children, these were few terms related to spherical mirrors. I hope you all have understood the types of mirrors and the concept is being clear to you all. Isn't it? Okay, children. Now, let us quickly summarize what we have learned in our today's session. So, the real image. Real image appears in front of the mirror. Could be projected onto a screen, as you can see in this figure. Virtual image. It appears behind the mirror. Look at this figure. So from this you can see the difference in real images and virtual image. Understood? Now let's see the next. Plane mirrors. Now the characteristics are: the image is virtual, cannot be formed on a screen. The image is laterally inverted. Image is always erect and upright, the same distance behind the mirror as the object is in front of the mirror. So, this is the plane mirror. Understood? The next we have what is a spherical mirror. The spherical mirrors are the mirrors whose surfaces form a part of a hollow sphere. The spheres can be made of glass or any polished metal surfaces. There are two types of spherical mirrors, convex mirror and concave mirror. So with this we have finished our today's session. I hope everyone has understood today's topic. We will continue the lesson in our next video. Till then, take care. Thank you, children.